So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea is very simple. We want you to revise your current affairs and we want you to revise them on a daily basis. And what better way to revise your current affairs than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? Therefore, you need to make this lecture series a part of your daily routine because these 4 to 5 MCQs covered on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone. Ask any serious aspirant and they would tell you that 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone, just current affairs, are more than sufficient for your prelims examination. You wouldn't have to worry about your current affairs portion for your next prelims examination, provided you follow this lecture series consistently, regularly on a daily basis. Okay? Alright then, let's begin today's session with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding linguistic reorganization of states. Provinces in British India were based on administrative exigencies and historical process of integration. Before the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act in 1956, the territory of India was divided into 14 states, 6 union territories. The first state that was carved out on a linguistic basis in independent India was Andhra Pradesh. Alright, now the thing is that, well, India under the British rule was divided into two parts. Okay, one was called British India, which was made up of provinces, right? Provinces ruled by governors. And the other was princely states, where the British indirectly ruled through the monarchs, the Rajas and the Rais, all these people. Okay, so this was princely states. Now, the thing is that, well, the British provinces, the Britishers carved these provinces based on administrative reasons, administrative exigencies, okay, and the historical process of integration. When they conquered a particular area, well, based on that area's integration with the rest of the conquered area, they created provinces. So first statement is absolutely correct. Now, when India got independence, well, the entire territory of India was divided into 4 parts. Okay, part A states, they were 9 in number. Okay, and these part A states contained British provinces. Okay, the provinces under British rule. Then part B states, 8 in number, they contained, well, princely states. Okay, part C provinces, well, they contained chief commissioner provinces. Those provinces that were in British rule, under British rule, that were ruled by chief commissioners, not governors. And part D was Andaman and Nicobar Islands, just one territory. Okay, so this was the fourfold classification of territory of India after independence. Okay, but with 7th Constitutional Amendment Act, this fourfold classification was done away with and India was divided into 14 states and 6 UTs. Okay, so before 7th Constitutional Act, no, after 7th Constitutional Amendment Act, it was 14 states and 6 UTs. Okay, now there was a big demand for carving out states in India based on language, linguistic basis. Now India or the policy makers or our leaders back then were not in favor of that. But dramatic change of events or dramatic series of events happened in Andhra Pradesh and the central government was forced to create Telugu speaking areas, to separate Telugu speaking areas out of Madras, and they created Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh was the first state which was carved out on linguistic basis. This is absolutely correct. Okay, clear? So only 2 statements are correct. The answer is B. Question 2. Which of the following are correct regarding regulation of surrogacy in India? India has outrightly banned commercial surrogacy and only allows surrogacy through close relatives. Any couple without any age restriction suffering from infertility can apply for surrogacy. Single women, including widowed or divorced, cannot apply for pregnancy through surrogacy. Okay, now surrogacy means, let's suppose there is a couple, okay, male and female. But, well, they can't produce their child naturally. So they will hire another female, not hire basically, they would request another female to bear their child in her womb for 9 months. Okay, So male sperm would be taken, female egg would be taken, but it would be planted in this third female. This is known as surrogacy. Now, before 2021, well, India allowed commercial surrogacy. So India had a big market. There were so many females available in India. They were from poor backgrounds. That's why they were available for, well, surrogacy, okay, for a particular fees. Okay. So basically you paid them money and they used to deliver the child for you. So India became a big market for that. Many foreign couples also hired these females in India. Now this led to their exploitation of poor women in India. That is why India passed two laws: Assisted Reproductive Technologies Act and Surrogacy Act in 2021. These two acts completely banned commercial surrogacy for commercial purposes. You cannot hire a third female. Okay, it only allowed altruistic surrogacy. That means that, well, you're getting this female and she has basically said yes or given consent to bear your child because of altruistic reasons. Altruistic means for, well, the reasons that she wants to do something good for you. Okay, she wants to do a favor for you, not for money. Now generally this favor is done by close relatives. Therefore government clearly said that this third female should be a close relative of this couple. Plus it said that this couple has to prove that they are infertile. So their infertility proof, certificate of infertility, should be provided. Only then they are eligible. Their application would be accepted. Clear? So first statement is correct. Now the thing is that government said that there is a proper eligibility criteria. Okay, first of all, couples who are infertile, they can do it. Okay, but there is an age bracket. Males should be between 23 to 55 years and females should be between 20 to 50 years. Within this bracket, if the couple lies, then they can go for surrogacy. Otherwise, if they are outside this age bracket, they are not allowed. Now, single women. Well, for single women, the things are different. Only widowed or divorced single women are allowed to opt for surrogacy. Clear? Single unmarried women are not allowed. Okay? Not available for single unmarried women. And even in case of single women, they have to prove that they did not have any child with their previous husband. That is the condition that is required. Plus, they should lie between this age bracket, 35 to 40 years. Okay, so any couple without any age restriction? No. Single women including widowed or divorced cannot apply? No. Widowed or divorced can apply. So this is also false. Only one. The answer is B. Clear? Question number 3. Consider the following regarding eligibility criteria for country to be a full member of United Nations. Okay. The candidature of a country needs to be recommended by United Nations Security Council. The country needs to secure 2/3 majority in the UN General Assembly. All 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council have the power to veto the application of any country. Okay. Now, currently UN has 193 member states, full member states. Okay. But Palestine has been given the status of permanent observer. That means it is not a full member. It can participate in UN proceedings but cannot vote. It is not a full member. That is why it is not recognized as a state. For Palestine or any other country to be recognized as a full member state of UN, well, it needs to be recommended by UN Nation Security Council. Now, Security Council has 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members, right? It needs to be recommended by UNSC. Then after recommendation, it needs to secure 2/3 vote of United Nations General Assembly. UN General Assembly contains all these 193 members. So out of these 193, 2/3 have to vote in favor of the country. Okay? And the catch is, any one of these 5 permanent members, which includes USA, UK, France, Russia, and China, any one of them can veto or refuse the application. So even if 192 members agree, any one of them can basically veto and refuse this application, and that particular country won't get statehood or full membership status, right? So third statement is also correct. The answer is D. And last, consider the following regarding Palestine. So Palestine holds the status of permanent observer state at UN. This status allows Palestine to vote on certain resolutions in UN General Assembly. In 1917, Balfour Declaration, in which Britain supported the establishment of a national home for Jewish people in Palestine. The Nakba of 1948 refers to the birth of Jewish state in Palestine. Okay, so this part we have already discussed. Okay, Palestine holds the status of permanent observer state at UN. Now, this allows Palestine to participate but not vote. So this statement is false. Okay, now how was Israel formed? Look, Israel was formed in 1948. Basically, all the Jews of Europe, okay, they lobbied that they need a separate Jewish homeland, a separate country for Jews in the state of or territory of Palestine, which was under Britain's control. Therefore, they lobbied hard, and in 1917, Britain accepted. They passed Balfour Declaration, under which Britain supported a national home for Jewish people in Palestine. Clear? So this part is correct. Now, because of this Balfour Declaration and a series of events that happened, in 1948, Israel was born. But when Israel was born, this separate country had to be carved out of Palestine, and many Palestinians who were living in that original territory had to be displaced. Okay, they were displaced and they were stuck in refugee camps. This is known as Nakba. Nakba in Arabic means tragedy or catastrophe. Okay, Palestinian people refer to it as Nakba, the catastrophe, because many of them were displaced in 1948. Nakba doesn't refer to birth of Jewish state. No, it refers to a tragedy for Palestinian people. So this statement is false. 1 and 4 only. The answer is C. Yeah, the answer is 1 and 3 only. I'm so sorry about the options. The answer is 1 and 3 only. C. If we can change the options. All right. Okay. On that note, I'll be signing off because the lecture has been concluded. But before I sign off, I just want to say this, that, well, please do not forget to revise this lecture. And by revision, I mean taking a good look at written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ we just discussed. These solutions are available in our notes, and these notes are available on our Telegram channel. The link to our Telegram channel is provided in the comment section just below this video. So do check that out. Okay. And now I'm going to sign off, but with a promise of seeing you again with another set of MCQs. Thank you, everyone.